Hey everybody, and welcome to Nuffle's Playbook. My name's Tyler, and today we're going to do something a little different. I got asked by a friend of a friend to announce their finals match in tonight's game of Blood Bowl 2. There are two teams playing, and they're going to go head-to-head. We've got Chaos as the Ponto Cotton Undertakers. They are the veterans and sort of reigning champions. They are the reigning champions going on here. Let's take a look at them. They have a team value of 1910, so they're pretty high up there. They played last season, and they almost won. They got all the way to the finals, and they lost by a go for it in turn 16. Checking out them, they're a pretty classic Chaos team. We've got 1, 2, 3 Mighty Blows, 2 with Claw. I think there's three Claw on the field. That's awesome. And then they're rocking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. They're just a total kill team. I know that Coach Alex is running them. He's a veteran player. He won season 1 for this league as well. This team is this league is called the Ponto Cotton Memorial Blood Bowl League, and he won season 1 with Bretonians, so he is a very skilled player, and I know that he loves winning by just bashing the crap out of people. So he's set up to do that very well here in his team. Let's look at his record for tonight. He's got 6 wins and 3 losses, but he did well in this. He won his semifinal match as well, and that took him into the finals. We're also looking at lots of KOs inflicted, 330 blocks succeeded, so he loves doing all that. All right, kicking it over, we've got Coach Drew, who's a slightly newer to the game in it. He was last in the first league, but then wildcarded his way up into semifinals and actually played against the Bretonians for Coach Alex and that. So they have had a long history of playing each other. This time he played a Skaven and then went on to win season 2, defeating Coach Alex from that. So he retired his Skaven and he brought his Lizardmen. This is the season 1 team for them. So he's only got 1350 team value for them. So he's got a lot of money, about 500k that he'll be added for inducements. Looking at his team, I talked to him a little bit beforehand. He's got some good skill ups, but he had 2 Sauruses die throughout the season who had experience, so he has less block than he would have liked. The best thing right here is his team captain, is Croxagore, has both guard and block. So that is just amazing. His Bloxagore can throw those blocks all game. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing them. I love Croxagores, love Bloxagores even more. He does have 1 Saurus with guard block, then 2 other Sauruses with block, which is pretty great. His skinks have not leveled up the way that he had liked. He really was hoping for some general skills, rolling some doubles. He got 2 diving tackles and 1 sidestep. Let's take a look at the statistics over here. So moving on, we're looking at Coach Drew's stats. He got 5 wins, but 4 draws. So actually, he ended up with a little bit better record this season than Coach Alex did. He didn't lose a single game, only drawing them. You see, though, that he has a lot less stats all through there. No passing yards. 435 blocks succeeded. He actually has more blocks than the other guy. That's very interesting indeed. Let's look at the injuries. He has suffered 2 deaths and casualty inflicted 14. But then going back to Chaos, very interested, they suffered 3 deaths, but they caused 24 casualties, which makes sense because they are casualties. Or they are Chaos, after all. It's going to be a really interesting game. I'm really excited to be able to announce this. We'll play the whole game through, and hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to the coaches after the fact. They will not be able to hear me. The local players will be in the Discord with me, so you might hear their voices on through this, but I'll do my best to talk through it and have a good time while we do it. If you have any thoughts or comments and enjoy this, leave comments down below, like and subscribe, and if you'd like me to announce your games, I don't know, let me know. I've never done this before, but it seems like it's going to be a blast. Let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's main event. My name's Tyler, and this is Nuffle's Playbook. And today we're doing something a little different. We're going to watch 2 amazing teams and awesome coaches go head-to-head. It's going to be a great night. This is the finals in the Ponto Cotton Blood Bowl Memorial League. It takes place in... I can't remember where you guys are right now.
Nashville,
Tennessee. Thank you. You're in Nashville, Tennessee. We're gonna have a good match. We've got Chaos, who is well developed. They've played 2 seasons before, no, 1 season before this, and the Lizardmen, this is going to be their first season all the way through. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up some stats here. Let's see, what can we get? Looks like, who has the ball? Looks like the Lizardmen are setting up on defense, I believe. I missed the coin toss. Thank you very much. This will be great. Also, the Lizardmen are had 500K to spend for this finals match, so they were able to take several inducements. You got Sibley, the strength 4 block guard grab star player. We got right over here. We'll check him out with a movement 7 as well. That's pretty awesome. Definitely going to be good. And we also took Helmet. We got him on for at least the first drive. An extra team reroll for the turn and a Bloodweiser Babe. I'm gonna throw up. See, I can't click away. About. Coach Drew is playing the Lizardmen tonight, the tic-tac touchdowns. And he was able to develop this team all the way up to their decent standing. He wish he had more block. Let me get the stats up here while they set up. That's going to be the slideshow right here. So the Lizardmen, who are setting up as we speak, looks like they've got a guard block Bloxagor. That's amazing. 2 Bloxsaurus, 1 also with guard. And make that 3 Bloxsaurus right in here. And then their Skinks, Coach Drew has developed. He's got 2 diving tackles and a sidestepper. So pretty good considering it's just 1 season in there. A Bloxagor guard is amazing. The Chaos is now setting up as we're checking out these stats, but we're going to flip over to them. The Chaos team, they are a much higher team value rating here, and he has gone super max kill. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 block pieces on this team. And we've got at least 3 claw, 3 mighty blow. It's something definitely to watch out for. I believe that their team captain here, their Minotaur, increased strength, and it's just deadly. Let's click on over to that. So back onto the field. All right, talking about the setups. Looking at Drew, seems to have gone for a protective setup. He's got 3 Saurus on the line, and then he's got his star players sort of protected. And this is a loose anchor type defense. Makes sense. He doesn't want any of his good players getting killed at the beginning. Pardon me. And looks like Coach Alex is going to go for the max strength on the line setup. He's got all his guys lined up there. His Chaos Warriors really want to get those extra hits in. Try and use that Mighty Blow claw block in there. All he's missing is the pile on from those combos. He's got some major kill. And then he's got his star player, his second in command, Brash Fagors. He's got extra arms, kick, block, and sure hands. And here's the kick. Oh, changing weather. It's nice. So it was nice before. Looks like it's going to stay nice, so the ball will bounce an extra space and falls back by the, I've never used yard lines before, the 18-yard line. I just enjoy saying that in Blood Bowl. Sure hands and extra arms comes into play as Beast Fagors gets the ball first up and moves up a little bit further. He's going to have an aggressive strategy there and make sure that no skinks can get him from behind. Coming in and crazily mantle for the defense. He throws his first block of the game, and we've got a push, everybody. First block of the game is a push. Call your mother. All right. Second block. More pushes. Pushes down the line. Still got plenty of strength. We'll see what Coach Alex has to do here, as his flanks are pretty open if he suffered a turnover. Oh, we got a knockout! A Saurus goes down. a no-skills rookie Saurus is out, so we might see him again later on. But that is an excellent start for it. Gives him the player advantage, and every strength point counts here, as they are pretty evenly matched on strength. I think technically the Lizardmen have a little bit more strength 4 players, but they also have strength 2 players, so the Chaos have the more strength overall for that. We're looking at Coach Alex is trying to figure out which direction he wants to go. Looks like he's going to take it up the left flank. Here comes the blitz. And block won't do it, so it's going to be a push since both players have block. Proxy Winter Rustlust takes the push there. He sends a player deep into the backfield so that he has a scoring threat, which will need to be dealt with one way or another, and he stops there. I want to point out, let's see if I can get my, oh yeah, let's get the skills up here. We'll throw those up for a while so everyone can see what's going on. Let me get my little drawly tool out of here. Forgive me, the screen moves every time I try and go get it. It's a Control-Shift-3. Control-Shift-3. So he's got an avenue here. They can come in this direction towards the ball carriers. It's not a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. Go for it. It's not that deadly, but I would definitely send somebody in the backfield and put some pressure on the ball right away. I hope to see that from Coach Drew. Moves people up and marks his players. Man. Oh, able to move the Croxagore, which is great. No Bonehead there, right up on the line. Moving this guy here. I think he might have actually just stood up. I missed that, unfortunately. Skink's going to go back and mark the scoring threat here. Farley muzzle. And here comes the blitz from Helmet. Ooh, on the scoring threat. Let's see what he gets. Is there any kickback? No kickback, no armor break. Get nothing out of that blitz. He's definitely thinking right now, where do I take Snibbly? Where to pull him up? See, I really would have liked to see some pressure in the backfield here. I think that Coach Drew is giving away some blocks there that Chaos is really going to be able to, every single person he puts in base contact, he's going to be able to hit, especially with those strength 4 Chaos Warriors. He's going to make him punish that. And since he has block, Mighty Blow, and Claw, those hits hit much harder than his Sauruses. So I think that Coach Drew needs to play the keep away game here a little bit more than maybe he's used to, as he is definitely outmatched in those departments. He does bring in a guard piece there, which will help, but it's right against his Minotaur, his team captain. So he just gave his Minotaur a free wild animal, no blitz, frenzy, 4-die block against his star player, and I don't think that's a very good move right there. So this right here is going to get taken out. We're going to push him out that direction, and then I think that he may have to deal with this a little bit, but he's got lots of options. Oh, forgive me on that. Oh, stand firm. So the guard is going to stay in effect there. Lots of pushes. I'm sure Coach Alex is just stewing in his hookah bar right now, wishing he could get a freaking pow. Check my... Look at my messages real quick. Okay, sorry, just checking that. And there comes the frenzy hit, knocks him down on one hit, but does not unable to break his armor. With the Claw Minotaur, that's got to be disappointing. But he's got his Bloxagore surrounded now and able to take that 2-die block. And pow, there it is. Let's see, this could be a game changer right there. With Claw, oh, got lucky there. Coach Drew hopefully realizes how scared he was of that block, and maybe he will back up a little bit in the future. I really think that Lizardmen need to play a little bit more on the slow defensive game here, play the 2-1 grind in order to deal with this, especially if they have an open source. This open source right here should really be coming around and put the pressure in that back area.
What is a 2-1 grind?
Excellent question. The question, what was a 2-1 grind? So if you think about it, when you get kicked the ball and you take the whole 8 turns to run it down the field, or you don't, you even take just 4 turns, 5 turns to run down the field, you score. You kick the ball to the other player, they now have a chance to score. They can then take it down and they respond. The score would then be 1-1 going into the second half. You kick to the other person. Oh, there's the skull. That's going to be a turnover. I'll come back to the 2-1 grind in 1 second. Turnover for the Chaos, although not too bad. They got most of their licks in through that whole area. Helmet, while still being in base contact, is excellent. He will not have to use his blitz. Crocscore is able to stand up. No Bonehead. So that is excellent there. He's still got a strong line through all here. See how the Lizardmans respond. I think what he needs to be doing is pushing people away. Helmet is not able to break armor again. Very disappointing, as everybody loves a good chainsaw. In short, the 2-1 grind is just that you score, they score, then the second half, you take the entire 8 turns to score, never giving the ball away. Because if you score quickly, it just lets them score in return. So you just play to only specifically win on a turn or of a score of 2-1. Andy Davo has a fantastic series that talks about before you even start a game, you should think about on what turn do I want to score. And the answer, no matter what team you're playing, should be 8. Now, the only reason that I would change that is if you need to develop a team more and you have a fast team, then maybe you could score in turn 3, score again in turn 6, so on. All right, back to the game. Anyways, that's enough on the theory. We got some blocks there, but no armor breaks, so pushing him down, leaving Stibley a little bit of breathing room, thank God. Although he's still next to that claw, mighty blow guy right here. Mark's Redgut. Yes. Now that is what we love to see. Put that pressure down on him. I would have loved to see that with the blitz with some go for it if he could have made it happen, but you know, is what it is. He's even got a skink back here. I think that he should really bring that skink back in the area. He could get a 1-die block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for it to get a 1-die block on the ball carrier with 4 rerolls. That's what I would do. Looks like Coach Drew is thinking over his options. Maybe wishing he could hear me. Just kidding. Get the guard assist in there. Oh, let's throw the skills back up. Apologies for that. Every time I pull out my little pen, it changes the... There it is. Here are the additional skills that we got going on for everybody. What else we got going on? So bring with this skink. Brings him in so you can get the 2-die block with the skink on this guy over here. That is a big unfortunate. Although this is second to last block, so it's not terrible. He does take the reroll. He gets the POW. Pushes him down. So I think that's a mistake there as well. I would have pushed him towards the sideline. The pin that would have made happen with a follow-up would have been just fantastic. Now the guy can just stand up, dodge to this space over here on the 14-yard line, then run or be open or come back to support. I would have followed there and pushed him to the sideline. When in doubt, always push people out. Always. You know, you could take the hit or maybe get the star player points, but if they're off the field, that's one less player you have to deal with at that time. Oh, he gets the block in before he runs out of time, and with the 1-die, he gets it. Here comes a chain push, pushing that Gore back a little bit. Oh, fantastic. Armor break. Looks like we got a stun. It's going to help him a little bit. And he does, with the blitz, he doesn't follow. He moves into another position. I see that denies the assist. That one's not bad because he placed that crazily Mantle does not have any skills, so he's got a better position there with his block guard guy. Coach Alex, feeling the pressure, definitely pulls back to help his ball carrier and protect him a little bit. I imagine he's going to throw a couple blocks up in here and do a blitz and blitz that Saurus out of there. I'm not even going to try these lizardmen pre-generated names because let's get to do too high. All right, I lied. I'll try a little bit. But rookie Saurus. I think if it was me looking at the board right now, I would not take these blocks. I would not have taken that block. See, I don't have block. Now, it's a fantastic hit. He breaks armor, and he stuns with his Claw Minotaur. That's awesome. But the reason I wouldn't have taken that block then is because it has nothing to do with the safety of my ball carrier at that time. I would have taken the blocks over on the right side of the field first and made sure that I get these people out of here so that I can blitz, get this lizardman out of there. But it worked out well for him. With those claw mighty blows, though, he really should be knocking them out sooner. Horn's block knocks him free. I think probably he should fall back a square or two, fall into this pocket in this area. Look at that. All right, fantastic. And he moves to get the extra assist on his guy. That was a little risky. Yeah, I think he forgot that he has stand firm. He just put himself in a terrible position as he voluntarily put his ball carrier, his one of his two captains on his team, right next to the second deadliest player on the Lizardmen's team. So was it really worth the risk? Probably not. Especially, I don't even think he needed the assist there. 4, 5, 6. He already had 2 dice, so not sure what he was getting at. So I think that was a mistake, and we'll see if Coach Drew is able to capitalize on such a thing. I really think Drew should bring up his lizardmen that are way up here in the corner, or his skinks. And starting with Helmet Wolf is extremely risky. Now, that was fun, and you got a stun, but the kickback could have been a turnover and a whole wasted turn. You always want to take your most riskiest actions and do them as late in the turn as possible, unless that risky action is the single most important thing you need to do. At least, that's what Bonehead Podcast says, which they're great, just to be clear. All right, we're going to drop these skills for a couple turns and see what they've got going on as I drink this lovely whiskey. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bugman's Brew. Please keep drinking more Bugman's. All right, Coach Drew has got to be thinking what's going on. He's got 2 open sources on the ball. He's got open blitzes to the ball carrier. He's got someone on the ball carrier. I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's still got the blitz on the ball. There is a chain push here, so that's what I would do. I would take the blitz into Snibbly, chain push him back, see where the ball pops out, and then move from there. Because the ball being over in this area of the board is much better for the Lizardman player than the ball being in this area. Here comes the blitz, just as we predicted. He comes in and hits on 6. Oh, see, that's a big mistake. That's a missed opportunity right there. Because now he has to push him to this square down here rather than chain pushing him up into for other guys. Now he's lost the block on Snibbly. He can't do the block there. He could have even had the choice had he pushed him directly into Snibbly. Snibbly could have stand firm himself and then left him in the exact same position using stand firm. If you'd like to know more about how to use frenzy and pushing and chain pushing, then check out Nuffle's Playbook, which you're watching already. It just seems like a fun plug. Okay, back to the game. Using the grab, I think he should really pull him away. I would have pulled him away. And then he should definitely follow. That's a good move. See, but now, even still, this guy is just a simple 3+ dodge to get away from all this craziness. And then he can sort of make a new beachhead over here on the left side of the pitch. When if Alex had pushed him into his own guys, there would have been a scrum. The ball could have popped out someplace. Pardon me, ball could have popped out someplace else. I know he didn't knock him down, but just food for thought to think about moving forward. I think that was a 1-die block for a push. Of course, my screen has cut off the roll results. All right, there's the turn. Started turn 4 on over to Ponto Cotton Undertakers. Let's see how Chaos can punish the Lizardmen for not being able to knock the ball out there with having potentially 2 blocks on it. Right now, if I'm Coach Alex and I'm thinking about what to do, it's obviously block people free, but keep in mind that Sibley has stand firm, so you might not be able to push him away. But do those blocks first, and he takes the dodge. It's like, then take the dodge out and move everyone up the side with the beachhead. That's your focus. Alex is an extremely aggressive player. In fact, he's renowned as being the villain in this league for killing all sorts of players. Oh, there's another KO on Asaurus. That is excellent for Coach Alex. Getting exactly what he wants with his claw, mighty blow players. Just really getting the numerical advantage. Going back to the discussion of a 2-1 grind, Alex should really, he should slowly move up the pitch and wait and sort of stall and hold the bone. Oh, there's a wild animal, and he re-rolls it, but fails the loner roll, so he's not able to activate the blitz with the Minotaur. That is a big bummer. Big bummer, because that is his star player right there with 31 star player points. All right, Block's not able to do much there. Sorry, going back to the 2-1 grind, if Alex were to keep, he has the numerical advantage right now, so this is the time for him to just punish those lizardmen with those claw mighty blow pieces all over the place. Not to mention that he's like 8 block compared to the lizardmen's only 4. Let's throw those skills back up there. So if he takes his time going up and scoring, that will give him more chances, 4 or 5 more turns to throw blocks against his lizardmen where he has the advantage. That's why he wants to score on turn 8, giving the lizardmen only 1 turn to try and score in return. There's a failed dodge, and it looks like he does not re-roll it, which I think is the right call. Though it's unfortunate that his ball carrier is all alone here. So going on, let's see, we're the bottom of turn 4. Great call, doing his safe moves first, pulling up the Croxagore. I think he should really be looking at a blitz with Skinks onto that ball carrier, pushing him towards the sign line, pushing him away from the rest of the players. It is known that Coach Drew, there's not a great block, but he does have block with Sibley, and he should take it. You're good there. Oh, nice, getting a KO, getting Bristagore out. His guard piece, that'll make it a little easier on the strength game. Coach Drew has stated that he specifically hates skinks. They're not his favorite thing. It's really hard to get general skills on them, and they're kind of useless without it, or at least not as good. Personally, it's one of the reasons why I enjoy Blood Bowl 2020 more, is that you can just save up and play them. I did play a whole season with Lizardmen, and when I learned to save up with the skinks instead of spending it, I enjoyed it a lot more. All right, Drew has brought in his skink here. Oh, and he's freed up his Lizardman, his Saurus. Here it comes. There's the block. Does he want to stay where he is? Oh, he's going to take the reroll. Okay, with one reroll left. Unfortunate. He should push him to the left here, not closer to the end zone. That's fantastic, because now he only has dodges out. Coach Alex does have the option to blitz the skink. Even with assist, he'll still have a 4-die block and then a dodge. So bringing in excellent, another skink would be my move right there. Well done, Coach Drew. I like it. You didn't get the dice you wanted, but you are making the moves that Nuffle's Playbook wants you to make. All right, some more blocks there. We're going to turn back off the skills and look about it around here. He's still got a couple more blocks to throw, and I like that he's left helmet here. I think he's probably looking for a foul. He may even take the foul on that guy. I mean, it's true with helmet. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? Might as well foul it up. Sort of a sacrificial lamb there. Here comes the foul. Chainsaw to the face. Looks like nobody's kicked out and nothing happens. I'm gonna adjust my screen here, guys. Forgive me. I'm gonna try and see if we can get the roll log on screen. It'll just be a little thing here. Okay, and then if I can adjust that up, a little bit of a roll log on there. Okay, the Minotaur knocks down the Lizardman, or the Croxagore. All right, I'm able to get some of the roll log on there. I apologize for that. First time doing such a thing. All right, he brings in here. That's a great move. I think he's opening up. Not only is he surrounding these guys and allowing him to make some blocks. He, yep. Here comes the blitz, as I was saying, with the horns. Pushes him out there, or to the side. That is a bummer that he didn't knock him down. I feel like there's a play. I was messing with my stupid computer, so I missed a little bit of that, but I feel like there was a play in there where he filled his own guy in the side to push him in a different direction, but I'm not sure what it was. He's not in a great spot here. I mean, he's got 3 guys to throw at him. He can even throw 2 guys uphill blocks and try and get lucky. Oh, there's another KO. Another Saurus goes out. That is 3 Saurus knocked out. Might be okay. You'll get back 1, maybe 2 of them later on, but Coach Alex really has the strength advantage here. So all he's got to do is just keep playing this round game. So I take that back. Even though it looks like he's in a bad situation, he's only on turn 5. He's got 3 more turns after this to really deal with whatever happens in that. Like, okay, my ball carrier is going to get hit, but I've got 6 people to deal with it, and he's only got 2. So Coach Drew is really going to have to just roll the dice and try and do some skink, elfie magic here and see what he can pull up. I just want to say it, he should not use Helmet Wolf for quite some time here, because he should draw. I mean, this is the key part, unless he just needs to make it. You know, I didn't talk about the benches yet, but 3 skinks on the bench here, and looks like he's got 2 on the bench there. So he's not really playing the numeric game, except for this particular drive, because both teams have a fairly large bench to deal with things. Looks like Coach Drew's really thinking it over. Throw those skills back up there. He does have diving tackle on both guys, which really reduces the chance of Brash Fagors getting out of there, which is his one saving grace. But see what? Oof. Now what I? Not really sure how I would do it. See, he did take the helmet hit, so I think that's a mistake, but it's worked out so well. I mean, that's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. It's worked pretty well so far. These 2 coaches did meet each other not once but twice in the semifinals. Once in the semifinals in the first season, where Coach Alex, who's playing Chaos today, was able to wipe the floor of the Skavens with his Bretonians, ultimately winning Season 1. He retired that team, and the Skavens went on to come back in Season 2, and they fought again in Season 2. In the finals, it was a very close match, where they went all the way to turn 16, and Alex failed to go for it. Oh, there's a block. But both teams have blocks, so there's nothing special there. In Season 2, Alex was, failed the... Oh, that's a bummer. Failed to go for it on turn 16, did not get a touchdown, went to overtime, and Skaven were able to score quickly because they got the ball on the receiving. So Coach Drew and his Skaven won the second time. So there is a bit of a rivalry between these 2. I think that was the right move. I was talking about previous seasons, but that skink did threw a block there, and he chose a 2-die uphill, and the other guy chose a skull. But I think that's a good move, because now he cannot blitz that guy and knock him down and run out. So I think it's a pretty good move. Now, Coach Alex, Chaos, has many choices here. Stunning that skink with a mighty blow, guys. I mean, it'll be easy for him to knock this Saurus away and then move the ball downfield. And he's got all the space in the world to just really walk that ball in there. He's even got 3 rerolls, so he should be taking 2-die blocks with block the whole time and focus on that. I really want to see Coach Alex here get rid of this guy first, which he does, and then deal with the other blocks. Just to make sure he does. The next thing would be to move the ball, make sure you're protected and you're in a good spot, then throw your other blocks. Which looks like exactly what he's going to be doing. That is a fantastic player. 55-star player points. I think kick is maybe an odd choice on him, but extra arms, block, and sure hands is like pretty much doesn't get better than that on your ball carrier. He's coming in here to get the extra assist on the Bloxagor. Here comes, he's been saving that Minotaur block until he's moved a few more of his guys, which is smart. I see this Chaos Warrior moved here in order to defend against the Skink. It's probably a good move. I'm sure Coach Alex is kicking himself that his Minotaur has not been able to really break armor against that Croxagor. He's only got to roll a 7 in order to do it because Mighty Blow and Block go together. Oh! And there goes Helmet Wolf, injured, out for the rest of the game. Our first injury of the game. This injury is brought to you by Band-Aids. They don't work. And he moves that guy on over. I know chainsaws.
That shit was funny.
Thank you. So that was a good move, Coach Alex. He brought his guy up here. He dodged him. He realized blocking this guy is not important. A 3+ dodge. He takes the reroll, and no reason not to. He's got 3 rolls left and only 3 turns, so there's no downside to using one, as you can only use 1 reroll a turn. Excuse me. Coach Alex is in a superb position right now. Depending on what happens with the knockouts here, he should really bide his time. He should wait 1 more turn and then score on turn 8 and maximize any other blocks that he may have. I was just trying to say, bringing this Beastman over here on the side is fantastic because it stops this Skink from, doing some stunty dodges through here and go for it to knock this guy down on some lucky rolls. Now he's got to move even further this direction, and it makes just more dodges that way. It's a good move. I like it. So if I'm Coach Alex, at this point, you're not trying to stop the score. I think that taking super risky moves to try and do it, except with maybe this Skink, is not worth it. What I'd really be looking at is try and get a lucky injury. Take the guys you have, get them on these Chaos Warriors that have these Mighty Blow claws, double up on them, and try and take those blocks. And don't give Chaos any blocks here. Like, he brought this guy up here and dropped him in this area. Well, that's just a free block for this Chaos Warrior to hit him back next turn. So unless he's going to bring this other guy up here and really double up, then I don't think it's the best move. Although he might be trying to protect his Bloxagor, which I can't fault him for that. This is a really great place that Chaos is in. He's got this fantastic screen in here. Yes, there's this guy. That was a good move. I mean, I see he's trying to get the blitz in there. I like that. But it did stun him, and the Mighty Blow, I don't even know if that played into it. Nope, just broke the armor straight on an 11. If he had knocked him down, though, he could have stopped the whole run. So it's a great move for Coach Alex there. Oop, as I changed the camera angle. Just hang on the sideline. He should bring 3 guys up and just guard it, and then he should punish for the rest. I would not have thrown that block first. You would definitely want to protect your ball carrier first and foremost before you do that. He could have very easily, he doesn't have block. He could have rolled just a 1 and 9, and with a loner reroll, that was risky right there. He got the stun. It all worked out fine. Just for future notes, your big guy is your biggest liability on the field, and you should play as such. A lot of players don't play that way, and they get more star player points than I do, but they also lose more games because of their big guy than I do, or someone who plays more conservatively, whatever. So I still think he should be bringing these guys up. I don't know. I guess he's got them covered here pretty well. There's not many people going on there, so he should not stand firm here. That's a good move, letting him go away. You just want Coach Drew wants to minimize as many hits as he can at this point. Because see, this one little guy here, he's going to bring over, he's going to bring over these people here, get the assist. Oh, look at that! And did I stop my stream? No. Let's see if I can get my up. I gotta control problems. Turn 7. He just walled it up. That works as well too, because this kid can get through as well. I guess I'm not against that. If I go up, nope. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my little rights thing. There we go. Apologies. In the future, I'm going to be making this window a little smaller so I can move around everything. All right, so again, Lizardman turn. It's just about minimizing things here. You got 2 turns. Maybe since he's got a skink bench, he could take a skink and zip him in. This skink, you know, could boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for it. But we can't even get to him. So better off just take the hits where you can get them. Try and get, you know, injuries, removals, but don't give up more blocks than you're taking yourself. He's way down. If these guys don't come back, Lizardmans are in big trouble here. You can have the skills. Turning him over. He's just leaving that skink on the ground. And Chaos doesn't mess with anything. He takes the score. Absolutely the right call there. Well done, sir. Great job scoring on turn 8. Andy David would be proud. You're really rocking the 2-1 grind. So we're going to kick it the other one. Lizardman does have a chance for a 1-turn touchdown. The real benefit here is that they get a chance to roll to get all their players back. Pardon me. Get his players back. Looks like he got 2 players back. That's great. And then he'll get another chance to get the last player back after this one. So that is fantastic for him. Doing much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sauruses on the field because of Sibley. He's not too bad off. I personally really enjoy 4 skinks, especially when you're getting the ball. But when you get Sibley, I mean, why not take even more? All right. For defense, Coach Alex should be looking at to try and stop the 1-turn touchdown. That's if Coach Drew can do it. It's all about getting the chain push, pushing one of your guys into your own people, or pushing one of the enemy's guys into your own people. That pushes the ball carrier further down. It's pretty difficult to do, but it can make all the difference, and there's no reason not to go for it if you can, especially when you have a skink bench going on here. Looks like Coach Alex has just gone for the mass stop. I think it's a great call. Dropped everybody back so they can't get hit. Now, best thing that could happen here is for Coach Drew to rock the 1-turn touchdown. You really need to practice it or know the steps you need to take. I believe this is Coach Drew's 3rd season of play. So he may or may not have done that, got into it before. They tic-tac touchdowns, which, by the way, is a fantastic name. Speaking of names, Ponto Cotton was the first death. I believe he was a halfling in this Blood Bowl league, and immediately everybody mourned his loss so much that they renamed the league the Ponto Cotton Memorial Blood Bowl League. I think that's awesome. Hence this Chaos team has been took on the name Ponto Cotton Undertakers. All right, here comes the kick. The 1-turn touchdown's not going to be happening. He's just going for max death. Kick flies in the air, and we got a cheering fans. Ponto Cotton gets an extra team reroll, which they will totally not use in any way, shape, or form. Ball lands, and not much going on here. You should go for 3 hits, try and get 3 removals as much as possible, then maybe go for a vanity pass just for the star player points for future seasons. Probably wouldn't have started with the Croxagore, but he does have block. You know what? That's probably totally fine. But in this scenario, there's no reason you should not be taking 3-die blocks. Like, he should absolutely be bringing these guys in here and be getting to 7 strength against these guys. And like, especially this guy here, there's 0 reason. 4, 5, 6, you bring this guy's in 7. I mean, for him to be taking a 3-die block, knock him down. Now, he knocked them all down, so that's fine. But when you're in this scenario, you'd be like, I have my whole team. What can I do? The answer is take 3-die blocks. All right, here comes the vanity pass. Yes! Stunty, and catches it. All right. Getting that 1-star player point. Well done, sir. Stunty pass. Love it. I love it. I think that's going to end our halftime here. Yep, halftime. There we go. Thank you, Coach Gabo. So we're going into the half 1-0. Looks like he did get his other Lizardman back. So pretty much everything is as it should be at this point. No injuries in either box. No knockouts. Helmet Wolf is out, but he would have been kicked out anyway. So who really cares in that regard? He is going to kick. Chaos is going to kick the ball to the Lizardmen. So here's the tough part. Lizards have a hard choice. And here's where the 2-1 grind comes in that we were talking about before. If Lizardman scores quickly so that they can then try and get the ball back and score again, thereby winning 2-1. When they score and there's 4 or 5 turns left, Chaos has 4 or 5 turns to score in that whole time. So they have another opportunity. So Lizardmen are in a really tough situation. Then you're not exactly sure, like, does he be extra aggressive and then hopes that he can get an onside kick or, return kick back, or a blitz or something like that? Or how's it, that's a hard situation to be at, especially in Blood Bowl 2. If they go into overtime, they're tied 1-1 in this scenario. They're going to play basically another half, but I believe it's the first person to score wins, which is really tough because it's like a 50-50 coin flip. That person has like a much stronger chance to win. So just depends on where you want to put your faith and how you're feeling. It really matters how this drive goes. If it was me playing the first like 3 turns or so, that would warrant, am I going to punch this ball in, or am I going to just slow play it and make sure I can get the 1-1 tie and then go into overtime? Just really depends on how it is. All right, talking about setups here for Chaos, for the Ponto Cotton Undertakers. He's really defending his team captain here with his Minotaur in the back. This looks like he has a rough anchor defense, but he's not quite done. So we'll putting the weak linemen on the front, especially these guys. Oh, let's throw up the skills here. The guys with minimal skills on the front. I think that's a good call. If he leaves these Chaos Warriors here, the reason to do something like that is it prevents the follow-up. Or if you get the follow-up, then he gets to do a Cloud Paw, or Cloud Mighty Blow Claw hit if he follows, which is a nice protection from it all. I think putting his ball carrier on the side here is a mistake. If I was the Lizardman, I would definitely take this guy in, just straight in here, and just like eat him for breakfast because he's so good. But that's just me. I would put him in the center, but he chose to protect his 2 guard guys instead, which makes sense. He's fighting uphill battles on the strength. The Lizardmen have more strength if you don't count their skinks, if it's just a straight up fight. So we'll see. All right, so let's switch views. All right, welcome to the Lizardman side of the pitch, everybody. That's great. Take a look at this. We'll play on this side. All his skills on this side. He's got his 3 block. All right, so it looks like he's going to be setting up for an offset push down the sideline here to go for the quick score. I don't think that's a bad call. It's probably what I would do. Let's see how he does it. If I was really trying to do this, I would honestly take the Crocs as the blitz, which is risky. But with that, my only Mighty Bow player, I would try and, as we talked about trying to kill this, the Brash Fagor guy, that would be the guy to do it with. I would want to end up with a beachhead here. We'll show you. I would try and take it up here, take the Crocsagor or the Bloxagor here, kill him. I would try and take Snibbly to be my main defense here, another guy here, and then throw 2 more guys here. Something in that scenario. And then I would bring in my skink ball carrier in here and then leave an extra guy back in this area. So I'm really pushing down one side. Now it just looks like a crazy drawing when it goes to the kick mob. All right, here comes the kick into the second half. Very exciting times. Good luck to both teams. Brilliant coaching. Ponto Cotton Undertakers get the extra team reroll. They have the superior fan factor and coaching staff, I believe. So they're up to 6 rerolls, which really means any time that he thinks he wants that reroll, it's just a question of, in this turn, do I want to use it? Not, do I want to use a reroll this turn at this point? 6 is way too many. I actually kind of think that he should have cut some. I think that 3, maybe 4 is the sweet spot for it, depending on which team you're playing, because you just have team value bloat. You're just giving your opponent extra money to spend. So keep that in mind. Any new players out there, we are like, I need as many rerolls as possible. Well, you're giving free money to the other team to deal with that, and you can only use one per turn. So, you know, just something to think about. All right, the play started. We were able to knock down a beast man here, but no good effect. I don't love this move because he's really left left side open. And I know that these Chaos Warriors are slow, but if he fails to pick up this ball and a Chaos Warrior has come down, he's going to be in trouble. He's moving his people in position, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, look at him. He can move all the way after he picks up the ball to here. So he can hand it off to somebody else. Lots of options. He has opened up the position for his Crocs to do the blitz or do the move. Takes the blitz there. That's not a bad move because that is a claw, mighty blow, block guy, but I would have taken it on him. I would not. That's a free block. I would not have done that. I would have ended up over here instead because now he brings in 2 assists over here, free block. Like every guy you base is a block. You're saying, I'm okay if they want to hit me back next turn. It's easy to make the mistake to say, oh, I'm strength 4 and you're not. I mean, he's making it a little bit better here, but this guy doesn't have guard. This guy doesn't have guard. All right, it's not terrible, but he just as easily could have been one block, one step off. All right, he's really pushing it. Here's the thing. If he gets this ball, he's pick it up, he picks it up. And he goes for the handoff. Yep. And then he brings the ball up close. Making the handoff. Yes. Fantastic. God, I can't tell you how many games it was just like 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1 rerolls. Doesn't matter. Skinks don't want to pick up the ball. So that's, I mean, he's like done half the battle right now, which is great. The only problem with this that I see is that you got this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. Go for it. You're in base contact. Okay. Look at that. He just fixed it. Shut up, Tyler. All right. You know what, Coach Alex? Good job. That was great. And you saved this block until later. Also good job. That block was not important to make all this happen. I applaud that move. All there. Down to 3 seconds, but he's got no more blocks to throw. So he's just cracking his knuckles and seeing what's going to happen back. So they're looking at that. There's a block from this guy in the line. There's a block from him potential, although he's very outnumbered. So this is why Coach Alex has put his guard guys in reserve so that they weren't based, so that they were able to move around to go to other places. I know I said I would have put him there, but it was a good move on his part. Let's throw up those skills again. He's got a guard guy here and a guard guy here. He can come up here and then really punish this line. He can make a hole. He cannot make a hole because of that strength 5. It's going to be pretty hard. But on the flip side, Coach Alex, if he just forces the quick score and he gets the ball back with like 6 turns to score, and he can just take his like old, fun, slow, block, mighty blow, claw time getting down the field and score, winning 2-1 and never give the ball back to the Skinks. All right, here comes the punch through that we were looking for on the Skink for the 3 dice, which is awesome. He does not have block, so he takes a push, but Frenzy hitting again. Ooh. Not able to knock him down there. That's a bummer. That was a cool move with the blitz there, but this guy's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for it. Go for it. I forgot. It's a video game. I can click there. He can definitely score with 2, 1 and 6s with the reroll. So 2++, 2 rolls. It's not bad odds for him, all things considered. It just gives Chaos a long time to score in return, so he's leaving it up to his defensive game. Lose the dodge. Why not take the reroll? You got 6 rerolls, man. That's great. See, can he move again? I would move him again. 100%. That was the right move. I know that guy fell down, but that was 100% the right move because it put dodges here and made it harder in that scenario. So that was a good call. I know he uses reroll to get him out, but that's Blood Bowl for you. Okay, before he does his run here, Lizards should 100% being what's my fail state. Every turn you should be thinking about what's my fail state. If I roll trip skulls into trip skulls for whatever it is, how bad am I off? Well, this guy here, this guy here, this guy here, this guy here, they're all not, this guy here, they're all not doing anything. Maybe this guy's defending for the backside, but then maybe just bring him up to here so you're better defended or something like that. But you want to plan for the fail state. So first thing he should be doing is moving the people that aren't doing anything. If they're not going to blitz, and it's not going to be a dice roll, move them first. I would not have done that first, but he makes it. So shut up, Tyler. Nice. Well done. 1-1. Lizards score in 2 turns. It's what they do. That's why you got the 8 movement guy. It's awesome. It's pretty much flawless execution from the Lizard men's side. Everything except for maybe moving the guys for the fail state. Maybe next time. But that's great. We reset. Okay, but here's where the 2-1 grind comes in. We're now going to be kicking to the Chaos, and they have 7 turns. 7 turns to score just once. They don't need to to decimate the other team. They don't need to get the ball back or whatever. All they got to do is protect themselves. They just slowly walk the ball down. And when in doubt, go for the tie, and then they can still deal with it. The whole ball game is in their control. I'm not saying that Lizards did the wrong thing. You know, it's hard when you're the second person. Do you score quick and then hope you can pull it out, or what? The mistake for Chaos would be if they scored in only 3 turns or 4 turns and they gave the ball back to Lizards, then they can make it 2-2 and you go into overtime. They really want to slow it out. Considering that Coach Alex has won the first season and then almost won the second season against this exact coach, just down to 1 go for it on turn 16, and now he's back in the finals. He's a 3-time final player. This guy knows what he's doing. He knows that pain's the game. He knows what he's making, smart blocks across the way. He loves killing. He's very aggressive, very villainous player, but he knows what's up, so he's probably gonna keep this in mind. So we're gonna switch views back over to here, and we're gonna throw the skills back up so we can see what's going on to really do it. Oh, here comes the kick. A high kick. Ponto Cotton Undertakers get to move somebody underneath the ball. They're probably going to move their main ball carrier, my favorite player on the field, Brash Fagors. He's got the most arms in all the league. Nobody needs to lend him a hand, but he rolls a 1 on the... Was there a reroll there? Yeah. Oh, not on sure hands, because that's not a catch. So he rolls a 1 on that, but the sure hands... See, that's a brash move. Doing the ball carrier first... I mean, he does have sure hands. He's a 2++, so it's a 1 in 36 chance that'll fail. But a lot of players will do blocks first before he does it. But 2++, it's pretty good. Alex clearly wants to get that ball up there, so that's why he did it. At least in my mind, that's why he did it first. Okay, here comes the ceremonial 3 blocks. He followed up to make sure that he can definitely pin that Saurus down. Saurus cannot dodge. They are terrible at it. They are the worst people at it in the entire league. So you want to pin them down every time. You want to always put your guy next to him. That Saurus is going to stand up next turn, and this guy's going to get to freaking claw mighty blow him again in the face, just over and over and over again. That's great. You can pin him down as much as you can. So I think if I was Coach Alex right now, I'm just looking at how can I maximize my blocks. See, I want to point something out here. He took that block here, which pushed that guy this way, when he could have taken the block and pushed him this way and then blocked again here. Now, clearly he wanted to blitz with that guy. I totally understand that. Ooh, dub skulls. Here comes the reroll. But he's got blocks, so he's all good. So nothing there. But he could have gotten an extra block or pushed him into his Minotaur if you push sideways. If you plan to push guys sideways down the line, especially when they're high armor or they have a lot of skills, they got blodge. I mean, who's putting blodge guys on the line? But you push them sideways, then your guys can take more blocks. And you can really plan to take it the first time, second time, and so on. He's being aggressive and pushing. I mean, he's not really making any mistakes. It's just something to think about for the future. Moving a Minotaur on a 4+ die roll with Wild Animal there, that's great to be able to get him up in front. All right, when I'm looking here, if I was the Lizardmen, I would want to knock this guy out somehow and then bring people around the side. You can bring them around here. Here, let's look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. Go for it. Base the ball carrier. I mean, anything you can do. Also, this is a fantastic time to use your skinks to be really capitalizing on their, the fact that they can zip through like 3+. Like he can move his skink into here for nothing. 3+ dodge, 3+ dodge, move into here. He can get all 3 of his skinks back there for 3++. Get in there. That's a bummer that his blitzer. I mean, that was his haul. That would have been amazing right there. But because you can bonehead with that guy, he could have done that block with Sibley. Come in here, blitz this guy over to here, and then open that hole and bring all 3 of his skinks could have come through that hole just right in here. They could have been like bloop and then been like bloop over to here, and then this guy could come in here for a 2-die block. Then you have 1, 2, 3 movement 8 people in the backfield. That's how you use skinks you don't care about. That would be the way to put the pressure. Now if you can dodge away and move them wherever, okay, you just 8 movement up. You're always faster than them. Skinks, you got to hold on to them, of course, when you need to score. That makes sense. But right now is the time to be aggressive for them because you need to force that ball out. So when you're looking at your game, you got to always be looking. That's where the 2-1 grind math comes in. Andy Davo has a fantastic video about this. I'll link both of them in the description to this video when it comes out down at the bottom that you should definitely look at. You should be thinking about when to score, and because when I know when the opponent's going to score, that means that should change your whole game on how you should play. I would have been much more aggressive here with those guys. I know I just said that, and he's trying to protect him here, but playing the defense game is not the way to do it. Pressuring the ball while it's still in the chaos side of the pitch, that's the way to do it. I mean, he had this great blitz. I mean, he was probably, if that guy had gone through, he probably would have done something very similar. So I don't want to say he's doing a bad job by any means. Both players are playing really well. I like Blood Bowl. It's really fun. We'll take a break of the action to say sponsored by Gratitude. Stay safe out there, everybody. All right, Coach True, tic-tac touchdowns are thinking about where do I want to put the skink? What do I want to do? Okay. So next turn, the Lizardmen need to make a really aggressive push. Otherwise, the ball is going to end up by like the 10-yard line or something that's going to be really far down, maybe even further. But on Coach Alex's side, okay, he's got a pretty good setup. I really don't like. Well, first off, let's just talk about the cow in the room. He took a non-block block against a guy with block as his first move. A loner guy, no less. That's a huge mistake. You never want to do a non-block blocks first. Moving, that's it. I've said it enough times. He loves his Minotaur. Minotaur is the best miniature, the best model, the best stats of any model on the whole game. He is my favorite by far, so I cannot truly fault him for wanting to always, pow people in the face with that. Carturg. Love it. I was going to say I was worried about this move over here on this side and bringing in people back this direction. But he's pushing up that right side, so it's okay. Sorry about the names. Ooh, an injury! This definitely changes the game. So if he has an apothecary, which he does, I would use it. Now would be the time for me. He uses the apothecary. What's he get on the roll? Joins his substitutions. Fantastic. He'll be back after the next drive. The only reason I wouldn't have used an apothecary there is to use it on a knocked out model instead, because this drive is the drive that's going to end all other drives. Like hypothetically, either Chaos is scoring on turn 16 or Lizards is scoring on turn 16 in a perfect scenario. So there might be somewhere where I'm like, I'll save it for a knockout. But that, immediately I was like, oh, use an apothecary. So, that's the only time that I might consider it. But that's awesome. He'll be back if he scores quickly or if there's overtime, if they tie it. Good move on the sidestep. That's what I would have done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for it, blitz. taking the cheeky one die block there. Paid off well. Now he's in base contact with the Croxagore, which is... Oh, he's already in base contact. But doubling up. Brings the guy up to the side. That's an interesting move that he's on the side there. Because right away, I don't care what else is going on. This is what I'm thinking. Boom. Out. Dead. Join my substitutions. Like, that's 100% what I would be looking at. Even with this kick. Even a 1 dice. Like, oh, you know, a 5 out of 6 chance that guy is just off the field. I guess not technically with blocks. So it's really 4 out of 6 chance that guy's off the field for the rest of the drive, and a drive isn't most important as this. That would be my main focus. But I love crowd surfing people. See my video on crowd surfing. It's the first video I made because I love crowd surfing people. It's why I play Corn. But I would be looking at that right away. That would be a fantastic move, unless this guy has guard. He does not. All right, throw those skills back up again. I like having a clean field, so if anybody's out there like, why doesn't he leave the skills up? I apologize. It's just pretty obvious that all the Chaos Warriors have kill skills, so... All right, I'm looking at this field. Looking at Lizardman. It's a good move. You know, I like that he did not follow there, because then this guy can take a 2-die block on him, or even once these guys up, and then that potentially frees up your Croxagore, your block guard Sagor. Oh, that's a bummer. He's gonna have to reroll that, but he's got 4 rerolls. His block guard Sagor. Free to come put some serious hurt pressure later on, which in a game with this much strength, your big guys are very important. But still don't throw your blocks with them first unless they have block, which the Croxagore has. That's a bummer, because if he had knocked that guy down, this Saurus right here would have been free to move, and he could have gone for it, done a blitz on him. I think that's what he was going for. That's a bummer. That's a real shame. I guess it would have been a dodge. I don't know. I probably would have taken it, to be honest. 2-die block. Cool. Fun story, I was playing against halflings, and in order to save the game, I had to dodge out with a Saurus. Go for it, blitz. He not only did that, but he knocked out the halfling, and the ball bounced back into the Lizardman's hands, and he caught it on a 6. I spent the rest of the game running it up the sideline to score for the win. It was very fun. You know, there's nothing to it but to do it sometimes, even with Saurus on a 5+ dodge. Like, you just got to take it. I'm not saying anyone made a mistake here. You know, the block didn't knock him down, so Lizards is doing a good job here. I'm enjoying their moves. I'm not sure on the follow. Let's look at the skills. Because that guy is going to stand up with guard, I don't know. I think it probably would have been better to stay up there. See how blitz this guy right here. I mean, that would have been you come in here, blitz, 1-die block, push him out. I would still do it. I would even do 2-die block uphill to push somebody out in a game like oh my god, yeah, in a game like this, definitely. This is great. I miss this guy. He bringing this guy down here. This is fantastic. Now he's got so many outs. He can blitz him. He can move. He could dodge out. He could bring somebody else over and hit him. I mean, Chaos has all the outs in the world right now. But I just want to point this guy. I think Lizardman made a mistake by not pushing him out, and I think Chaos made a mistake by putting this guy here as opposed to right here. But that's me. He puts the ball carrier on this. Oh, I see. He put him there. All right, here comes the reroll. Oh, and he drops it. Oh, it's a turnover, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a freaking Blood Bowl match right there. That is awesome. Oh, but see. Why did he do that first? Like, why did that need to be the thing that he did before throwing like other blocks, or like the fail state? He didn't even stand this guy up back here. He could have stood this guy up and moved him here and then done it. Like, if the guy's gonna score, what does it matter if you move this guy over here? So now Lizardman, you know what? We're gonna switch views, everybody. We're gonna look over here. Okay, look at it. The ball's right here. He should. I mean, it's in 3 tackle zones, so that's rough. But there are 2 guys on the sides of the pitch. Like, can you free up a Lizardman and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. Look at this. Look at this. If you could bring this guy in here. I mean, I know you gotta get rid of him, okay? But if you could bring him up here and come in here, you push that guy out, and then you're one less on the ball. Oh, this is just Lizard. This is exciting. This is exactly what Lizards wanted. Why Chaos needed to get the ball to that guy to try and score? I mean, let's flip back over here. I'll show you why. What Chaos was thinking, which by the way, I love that Coach Drew is thinking about this really hard right now, is that he could take this guy, move up here, blitz him, not follow, run down for the touchdown. Love that move. Love that move. Good job, Coach Drew. But he was trying to push, Coach Alex was trying to push the touchdown now. That's like, hey, if I get 2 up or 2-1, I'm doing great. And that is not the right call. As we've been talking this whole time and just illustrating that he was in a great spot. He was in a totally fine here. He could have just blitzed this guy right here, could have blitzed this skink, get him out of there, maybe get an injury. I mean, they're stunty, very easy. Just wait for the pocket to develop. Instead, he tried to force it, and Blood Bowl does what Blood Bowl does, and it's like, Nuffle's like, nah, screw you, man. And so now Lizards is back in this ball game. That's exciting. All right, because Lizards have the initiative, we're gonna jump over here on their side and put what they have this amazing screen going on here. So this is a tough spot to pick up the ball. I mean, it's -3, so even with a 3+, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's only on a 6. Interesting choice. Okay, yeah, but then he's gonna hit another block there. I mean, the play, blitz this guy right here. Blitz this guy, and because there's a wall right here, you can push him out. You can push him here or here. You just need a push or a knockdown, either one, and you've got 3 rerolls left. So even with a skink, man. Yeah, but that's not happening. See, terrible move. I mean, dub skulls, that's even worse, but see right there, he's going to push him to here, into that where. If he had just flipped those 2 scenarios, and by the way, Drew, I think you're doing a great job, but when you're watching this back, you should have just flipped that. This guy should have come here, and they should have come in and blitz with this area there, because then you get to push him out of the ball, making it a 5+ for the pickup. So if you had not dub skulled it, then you could have come for the 5+ pickup and then fall back this direction. In the best scenario there, you push him, and if you had knocked him down, there's still the guys on the field and blah, blah, blah. All right, everybody gets it. All right, you lost the initiative. The dub skulls, that sucks. It's an exciting time for everybody. Reroll or frenzy. If you notice there, that stand firm, he didn't move, which was a good call, but stand firm does not stop frenzy from happening. It just means it doesn't get pushed back. A push result was still applied, even though a push didn't physically happen. 2 distinct differences. Good move for Chaos there, that they pushed him back here, leaving some avenue. Well, not the body there. I mean, that's better than putting him near the ball. I like that. Great 1-die, cheeky 1-die block, I think. Yeah, 1-die block on the Croxagore paid off. Didn't break the armor, but still good. This is good. Lizardman lost the initiative here. I mean, dub skulls will do that to you. Like, even if he had done it in the right way, it still would have been a dub skull, so he'd still end up in the scenario. So he's got the ball back. So now, with 3 turns after this one left, truly Coach Alex should really just be looking at, how do I get this ball down there when I want it down there? We're staying on the Lizardman side view here to see what's up for the time being. I'm going to hypothesize that Coach Drew has not seen enough people with stunt. Oh, look at that dodge. Cheeky dodge for the 3-die block, knocking down the skink. That was great. I mean, he's got 3 rerolls. But that was a what? That was a 4-up dodge? Yeah, and he got a 5. That was a risky move right there. But he's got his beachfront. He's got a whole avenue to move him down. That's great. He's got block. Down goes the Saurus. I'm going to hypothesize that Coach Drew has not seen someone do a ton of shenanigans with stunty players, where they just like zip through 17 tackle zones, pick up the ball, and zip out all in once. I don't know the guy. I'm not sure for it all. But like in a scenario like this where it's desperate, I mean, I might literally be considering the stunty dodge and the 2-die uphill block. I know that's crazy talk, but you don't really have a good... He's screened. He's got this great... Check this out. So he's got this screen right here and here so that nobody can really get on the ball. I mean, maybe the Cruxagore with his prehensile tail could blitz and come in here. And just put pressure on the ball, and then you could bring this other Saurus here up. That's probably what I would do. Bring this Saurus now that it's free due to those good decisions. Bring him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Whoa. Oh. The animation made it look like he did a dodge, but he did not. He went from here to here and then to there. That's a good move. That's a great move. I mean, I was literally talking about it as it happened. So he's doing that so that he's got double pressure on him, which is good. Oh. Rerolls for the loner blitz on the Cruxagore. Failed the Bonehead. I think yep, that's a fail. That's a bummer. And that's a dub skulls or single skull into reroll single skull, followed by your blitz rolling a 1. That's rough. I guarantee when Drew looks back on it, if this game continues to go south, he's going to be like, that's the moment that I had and I lost. Yeah. The Cruxagore blitz there and then bringing in a guy, that would have been the way, especially if the guy had guard. Let's look at the skills. He doesn't have his guard guy is off the field. That's a bummer. He's got some plays here, but I would have moved him one more. I would have moved this guy over here because what he's going to do, and we're going to switch views now because Chaos 100% has the initiative. Okay. So what's going to happen? I'll bet my Nuffle's playbook on it is they're going to come in here and they're going to blitz this guy and just get him the fudge out of there, right? And then they're going to run the ball, or whether they move it up or not, it doesn't matter, but that's the play. He's blitzing with the ball carrier, which I think is a mistake. It's an unnecessary risk when you have a guy right here with all those skills. Also, you just sacrificed a point of movement that you could have used to move further down, or honestly, move back. Like, protect yourself. Make sure you score. What just happened? Okay. Remember that initiative I was talking about? You literally just threw it away. Okay. He voluntarily put his guy there and ended his turn. He doesn't have a blitz. I don't know what... I'm like flabbergasted right now. Okay, without looking at anything, the reason that's a huge mistake, not only could this guy just throw a 2-die block, and I mean, it's uphill, but it's a free block. He can blitz with this guy here. Now, I think he has guard in these players. No, he doesn't. He doesn't even have guard. All right, you knock that guy down, that's fine. This guy takes he takes a blitz on the ball carrier. The ball carrier falls out. The ball pushes out. The ball gets thrown upfield. This skink comes over and picks it up, and we're back in business. And you chose to do that. Like, why not keep the ball back here? Or I didn't have a chance to count the movement if he could have scored. But, like, that's a confusing move to me. All right, I like... Oh, look, used Frenzy, Mighty Blow, and... Claws all on that. Pardon. All right, block him down. I mean, this is just ceremonial hits. The stun. I mean, the double stun. What that means is the counter score is very unlikely. But this move. I mean, okay, I get if you wanted to push him up the field, he's not going to leave him next to the sideline. That part, totally. 100%, that's a given. And that part I get. But, like, why base yourself with not one but two blocks? even this guy could blitz, and if he doesn't knock him down, he can put him here. And then this guy right here could take a 1-die block on him. And then, like, follow up and get the ball. Like, all right, I'm going to be flabbergasted no more. There you go. Bringing up the guard piece. All right, that was a good move. That was definitely a good move. Leaving the skills on here. I mean, even still, like, the 2 dice uphill with the reroll is this the area he's at. Or he takes this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, or even 5 with all the dodges. Do them one at a time. See if you use the dodge skill or not on the 3+. Stop as soon as you don't. That's all. I mean, that's also good. It turns off this assist. It turns off this assist. But see, I would have used this guy and moved him here. Then I would have used this guy and moved him up here. Or anytime you're looking at a scenario, you want to be like, who's going to blitz? If I get the ball out, who's picking up the ball? Right now, it's probably him. But because he might be a blocker, then I would be like, this might be him. Or he could have been an assist on the ball. It's exciting times, guys, here. I mean, this is a simple 3+ dodge with a 3++ dodge to score on turn 15. That's great. Especially they were going second. I mean, Chaos is in a good spot. Other than here it comes. Boom, boom. I gotta say this definitively, Coach Alex. You did this to yourself. You chose that. Oh, and he's injured and he's out. That was your choice. So, like, think about, well, I'd love to know. I can't wait for at the end of the game report and ask him that right there. This is where it all changed, ladies and gentlemen. It goes the ball out. Oh, the ball gets thrown. Oh, it goes out again on the other end zone, and it goes out again on the right back where it came from. And here it goes. It's thrown into the middle. Oh, who's gonna pick it up? This guy right here. 3+ dodge. Pick up the ball. 3+, and it goes down in this direction. Now, unfortunately, these guys being stunned means everything. It's terrible for Lizards in this scenario. Before he picks up the ball, he should move this skink into an area to defend. He should move him about here. Yeah, I think he should bring this guy about here, somewhere in this area, to defend if he picks up this ball. Let's see if he does that first. Oh, that's a bummer. I totally get why he did it. I forgot that guy still had movement. But now there's the dodge. Here's the pickup. Nope. See, you needed the reroll for that. I literally would not have gone for it for that reason. And now he cannot score. He's too far away. So at best, we're looking at going into overtime or Chaos winning. I mean, it had it been there, I mean, it was a good move. I just wouldn't have done it for the reason of how it happened. That was a shame. There's an injury. Chaos has lots of outs here, especially that injury and that removal at that side of the field. That was clutch. That was very key. 2 tackle zones, but he still got his blitz. So if it was me, I would take a guy and I'd put him here. And I'd take another guy and I'd put him here. All the way around or whichever way. Take this guy, or whatever, put him here. Whatever you like, okay? Then you come in and you blitz on this guy. When you knock him down, you push him into this guy, and you push this guy out of the way. Then you get all of them out with the chain push. You get all of them out, and then you can bring in one of these other guys and take a block, pick up the ball unmolested and have it all the way. That was a missed opportunity with how many open players he has. I mean, I know he would have, yeah. This guy could come around, and then this guy could. 4+ dodge into the ball. I can't believe he picked up the ball. That was a 4+ reroll, a 2 into a 4, and he scores. Oh, that's game. That's it. Pretty much, unless he can do a 1-turn touchdown. That was crazy risky, but he did it, and it paid off because that's Blood Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. He rolled a 2, and he got a 4 with the reroll, and he was able to pick up the ball even with a -1. I think he rolled a 5 or something in there, and then he dodged not once but twice in order to make it out into the score. That is so crazy risky. He had all those players in that area that he could have moved up. I mean, I think there's a load of risky mistakes in there, but I'm the one not playing the game, and I didn't score the touchdown. Coach Alex did. So, well done, sir. Good job. You pretty much just secured the win for yourself. Coach Coach Drew has a chance to do a one-turn touchdown, and because he didn't go for it last time, I'm gonna wager, I'll put Nuffle odds on it that he hasn't had much training in it, or he hasn't practice in the one-turn touchdown. And even still, it's gonna be really, really hard to tie it up. This is the 2-1 grind, you guys. This is it. Now, I think Coach Alex made some mistakes and put risks on the ball. I clearly have been very vocal about that. Put some unnecessary risks on it when he had it, but this is a classic illustration of the 2-1 grind. Alex scored at the end of the first half, leaving only one turn for Lizards to respond, and they could not. And then he scored on turn 15 in the second half, leaving only one turn for Lizards to respond, which is going to be super difficult. If he doesn't put a skink on the line, then he's not going to be able to do the one-turn touchdown. Yep. No one-turn touchdown. That's game, everybody. It's just ceremony at this point. Quick snap can move an extra space. See, that quick snap would have even helped with the one-turn touchdown. I don't currently have a video out for one-turn touchdowns. I will be doing one in the future, but Bonehead Podcast has one. I will link it in the description below for this video. They have one for Skaven. Skaven have a better movement, but almost any team can do it. They just need to move a couple more spaces. So good job with the 3-die block. I commend you for that. You're starting with the 3-die block, who has block. Doesn't get better than that. It cannot get better than that, especially with Mighty Blow. So that's great. And this just ceremonial blocks is there. See, again, if he had pushed these people all this way rather than this way, he could have done extra blocks on them. But he's really just doing revenge killing at this point for all that. Here comes the blitz. I really hope he kills this guy just for revenge. No offense, Alex. Here comes the vanity pass. Nope. Not even going to worry about it. Coach Drew must be feeling really defeated. Hey, man, you played a great game. Look, I'm over here screaming about all the mistakes that Alex made, that Chaos made. Although it paid off. He made the 4 plus, 4 plus, 3 plus, 5 plus to pick it up in there, somewhere in there. A go for it score. I mean, he made a really risky move to move it in there. You had it really tough. I think that over here, that Croxagore boneheading on the blitz, big deal. And even more important was the 1-die block skink skull into skull reroll against the ball carrier, or not the ball carrier, the guy next to that. That was a problem. I would think you could have pushed somebody out there, and you did not. So maybe next time, think about who can I get there. And I don't know if Coach Alex is just hanging out or thinking what he wants to do, but it's just a victory lap right now. So both teams played a fantastic game. This is definitely high-level play of Blood Bowl for sure. I mean, we're talking about a two-time winner for Coach Alex, for the Chaos team. He's won with Bretonians, and now he's won with Chaos. I assume he's going to retire this team after this for that. And Coach Drew is the newer player. He was last at in the league going into the semifinals. Just squeaked in there with the wild card for the semifinals. Lost against Coach Alex in season 1, but came back and won it versus Coach Alex in season 2. So the just massive improvement there, which is fantastic. Really commend you. I played Lizardmen myself 13 games in a row, and very few things would I have done differently than you. I would really suggest look at those skinks, see what you can do with them and how you could have pressured them. You could have run more through there. All right, everybody, that's the game. That's it. The game ends. 2-1 grind illustrated, signed, sealed, and delivered. We got 2 touchdowns, 13 armor breaks for Ponto Cotton Undertakers, and the tic-tac-toe touchdowns. They got a vanity pass. They got only 5 armor breaks in there. And let's look at the statistics just real quick before we go to our after game interviews. We're looking at lots of star player points, dice rolls, just to look at, so anybody has any bragging rights here. Okay, we're looking at the Ponto Cotton Undertakers. They rolled 22 1s throughout the game and 22 2s throughout the game. All right, so just to look at the other way, tic-tac-toes, 24 25 ones throughout the game and 21 twos throughout the game. So they're pretty close. Only 3 ones difference between it. So when they were key or whatever, I would say that maybe the ones were a little bit worse for the Lizardmen, but it was a pretty exciting game, and hats off to both coaches. Well done. I think we have both coaches here have just joined us actually, and we'll go back to the results page. Hey, Coach Alex, congratulations on your win, man. How do you feel? You going to Disneyland or what?
I'm going to Disneyland, and also I do want to call out Coach Drew. On that rock play.
Alex, sorry, I got to interrupt you. I can't hear you too well. It sounds like your mic is really muffled. Yes, sir. Much better.
Yeah, so on that last play, that was all Nuffle, and I knew I was going to have to roll a lot of dice to win because Drew played that defense about perfectly.
So good. So good.
Yeah, his defense, like, I needed to hit a 4-up and another 4-up in order to score, and he put me in that position where I was having to roll dice. But Drew played a great game. He's a fantastic coach. I've played him multiple times in the playoffs, and he did a great job. But today, the Undertakers,
they get the win. You have done Ponto Cotton. You have done Ponto Cotton justice, not only by being his Undertaker, but by servicing the league. You have brought his name to fruition. Let me ask you, Alex, before we go over to the Lizardman coach, what was your most memorable for you? Your highlights of the game, where you were cheering or so sweating bullets. What sticks out most to you as clutch moments?
Oh, that last play.
Yeah, sure, of course.
No doubt. Like that.
I think it was a 4+ into a 4+ pickup into a 4+ dodge into a 3+ dodge and maybe a go for it at the end. I mean, that's classic Elf BS right there. It was great.
I didn't have
yeah.
Like, if I want to win the game, I can't risk the overtime roll and him getting goal because he can score on me. Like, if he wins the first offense of the overtime, he's going to win the game. His skinks are too good. He's a really good player. He knows what he's doing. So I have to win right there. And I just decided, you know what? If I'm going to win this game right now, I just got to throw some dice. And nothing
to it but to do it, man. And also, the lucky thing, it was only your turn 15. So if you did fail, you'd still have a turn 16 to make up for it. So that part was good.
Oh, I don't think my turns matter. I mean, if I failed to actually pick up that ball, he was going to surround it with so many guys.
It's true.
I mean, turn 15 or turn 16, if I don't score right then, he is going to surround the ball with enough skates to where I can't do what I need to do, and he's going to win. So it was then or nothing, and Nuffle decided that finally she was going to love
Nice. I know you've had it rough in some games, but you've done well. You made it all the way to the finals. You played a fantastic game. I have some critiques that when you watch the video back, I'll be interested to talk to you about it. I'd love to know your thought process, but we can get into that offline. I want to take it over to Coach Drew. Drew, how you feeling right now, man? That's a tough loss.
It was an awesome game, though. I think in first possession, first half, I think my team survived better than I thought they would. Put pretty good pressure on him. It took him a long time to score. I had a couple of those dice rolls go my way in the first half. I mean, I know there's some 1-die rolls. I think I got a double die too, where I was on the ball carrier. So if I knock that ball loose, a lot of it comes down to not being able to develop a lot of players throughout the season the way I wanted to. No doubles on a skink all season. Only 3 blocks on Saris, but did it. So you just put your guys in positions, you make the guy roll dice, and you put pressure on the ball carrier, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. My luck with Helmet and the chainsaw was, but every time I've used him, I think he's had 1 injury, but
it's real hit or miss, right?
That's just how it goes.
Yeah,
it's one of those. I had to decide if I wanted a wizard or if I wanted a chainsaw, and looking back, I definitely think the wizard might have been the better choice. Either to pick off a ball carrier or to just throw a big fireball down and see what damage I could do.
It's hard to say. You could have easily thrown 3 Helmet Wolf blocks and gotten 3 removals, and then you'd be singing its praises. It's always hard to say looking back, sure, but yeah.
For sure.
Well, no, I'll say this. Like, Drew is a great coach.
Oh, yeah.
Like, his chainsaw let him down pretty bad. I mean, the chainsaw rolls were abysmal.
Totally.
But he did everything he could do to stop me from scoring in the last drive. And, Nuffle let me have it. But at the end of the day, Drew knows what he's doing. He's a fantastic coach.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he ends up in the finals and in the playoffs every year, and why he and I always play each other. And it's, regardless of where it happens in the playoffs, it's the Super Bowl. And that's because Drew is a fantastic coach.
Yep.
And this game, me getting offense first.
You were happy. You were excited to get the ball first then, Alex, yeah? Alex, you were excited to get the ball first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a bad team.
So getting those hits.
Depends on killing. And, if knocking out his players and getting my drive without the risk of losing my players because I have, 2 or 3 more than he does on the field, that allowed me to score without risking a lot of my guys. And if he had gotten offense first, I think he probably wins the game.
I talked a lot about the 2-1 grind during the game. And you really illustrated it very well. Scoring on turn 8 is fantastic. It leaves almost no room for your opponent to respond to, barring a 1-turn touchdown. And that was really great. And then it ended up, you did it again. You scored on turn 15, leaving him almost no room to respond again during that part. So the 2-1 grind is real, and this is a perfect illustration of why it matters. Exactly what you said.
Well, and one of the things was I was trying to put enough pressure on him. I knew I can't stop him from scoring. Drew's too good of a coach.
Right. I mean, he scored in 2 turns, right? It was a textbook 2-turn touchdown with Lizardman. Well done on that, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's too good to not do it. I mean, he's too good not to score 2 turns. But the idea is that if I pressure him enough to where he has to score at turn 2, that would leave me enough time.
Yes.
Alex, I completely agree with that, dude. I had to score. I even said to Alex that when we were sitting there with the game pause, I said, I saw where I could switch the field and maybe burn a couple more turns. When it came down to it, I just had to take the 2 go for it because it just... Alex is the same way. He's a good coach. He's going to put pressure and make me roll a lot of dice. And I'd rather roll the dice, go in the end zone, than in the middle of the field and let him pick up the ball. And then I'm not going to bash through his wall, and it's probably going to be game over. So he forces me on the quick touchdown, and then he just does what he ground his way down the field and scored at the very end. So
And unfortunately, this is the second time that Drew and I played each other in the finals. And last time I played in the semifinals. And it just creates this idea that, Drew is a fantastic coach.
Yes.
If you put me in the position that he was in, I would have scored there too. Because if he doesn't score on the first drive of his second half, I might be able to stop him. I might be able to muck up around the ball enough to where there's a problem. But Drew is smart enough to know you can't let me do that. You have to try to stop me in the back end, and that's just Drew being a good coach.
You obviously you couldn't hear me talking about on our end. We were talking about that Lizardman really had a conundrum. Do you score really quickly and then let Chaos have lots of time to score, or do you take your time and then kind of go for the 1-1 and then hope you get kicked the ball in overtime? And I'm not sure I would have played it any differently on the Lizardman side, being a Lizardman coach myself. So absolutely, both of you guys are saying you guys both played it well, played it really great. I'm looking at the statistics here on screen, and the Ponto Cotton Undertakers had the ball 75% of the time, because the only time that the Lizardman had the ball, just 12% of the ball possession. You just ran it in there, and that makes sense because that's what skinks do. It's just a great game. It was really fun, seeing your main ball carrier go down there in turn 14 or 13 and drop the ball, and it bounced back and forth. We were all flipping out. The crowd went wild, and so it was a very exciting game.
And I think going back to what you said too, you look at the skill ups that Alex has,
so many,
how much mighty blow and claw he has. The more time I take to try to make my way and kill some time. If I've got a man carrying the ball, that's one less man who's hitting, And with the skills he has, he's going to slowly dwindle down.
I'm actually shocked he didn't do it more like that with block, mighty blow, and claw on at least 3 players, maybe 4. Like, I'm amazed you didn't have 4 injured players through that all. Yeah,
I
what you're saying.
agree. And so that's definitely why I felt scoring quickly was the right choice, and then more putting the pressure on him to try to create some turnovers as he had to roll a lot of dice. So that was kind of my thinking there.
More dice, more better, yeah.
And just getting a man on the ball. All you want is that one chance to knock the ball out of the hands, and then you just see what happens. And I think the ball didn't bounce my way, and the dice, I think, in some key moments didn't go my way. But regardless, I think it was a pretty darn even matchup between 2 good teams and coaches.
And I feel comfortable saying, like, for the record, like, if Drew wins the go first, the offensive role in overtime, I can't stop him. Like, he's going to win the game. Like, he's too good of a coach. His stinks are too fast. Like, I win then, or if in overtime, he wins the go first role, I just lose the game.
Yeah. That's Blood Bowl, man. It's so interesting when you're playing at really high level play and the coaches know what they're doing. It's like offenses are so good, so it's really just who gets the dub skulls. Like, I know it's really key moment when you blitzed with the skink on like turn 14 there, and you got a skull. It's 1 die, but it was a skull re-rolled into a skull. That was like huge. That was like, I was raving that you had the initiative and you just unfortunately lost it. And then that was followed up by a Bonehead blitz roll from your Croxagore, which just had to be a total facepalm moment. And you played it well through there, but like that's Nuffle for you. And
the worst part of that single skull too is all I need is a push, and that guy's crowd surfing. And so it's
actually there was a mistake there, and I bring this up because I was raving about it at the time, that because you came at him straight on, you would have pushed him diagonally into the field. He would have stayed on the field. You actually needed to switch the person who was assisting with the person who was blitzing to push him out. But watch the replay and check that out. But even still, like, I mean, had you done it the other way, it still would have been a dub skull, so you still would have been in the same situation. So
I do want to note for the record that when I failed to select the first block on the skink against the skink and the chainsaw, that was only because of drinking.
I love how you're playing this final, this like the most important game of the season, and you're just like, let's just paddle the beers. I mean, I've had several whiskeys myself, so it's all good. Drink responsibly, everybody. Also, drink Jameson Black Barrel. All right, gents, let me ask you, not sponsored, no affiliation. Let me ask you to wrap this up, to end our after game report. Having played this game and moving into next season, let's start with you, Alex. First, are you going to play this team again? And yes or no, who might you play, or what might you do differently?
So I have a rule, and the rule is once you win a league event and you win the Super Bowl with a team,
move on.
Never play them again.
Of course. That makes great.
So Ponto Cotton Undertakers is retired.
Fantastic. Hats off.
What I might play next is a team. So I've played Bretonians, I've played Chaos. I might do some sort of elf dodge team just to see how it goes.
So different.
I'm so used to back and pace.
Great. That's great. Well, I think all of us are looking forward to that. I think also the entire league of the Ponto Cotton Memorial League just all took a sigh of relief that they don't have to play against a double season Chaos team with block, mighty blow, and claw on every Chaos Warrior. So that's awesome. All right, let's kick it over to Drew. Are you going to play the Lizards again? What are you going to do differently?
I enjoy building the Lizards. Now that they're at a point where I have more skill ups, it's definitely something I consider. Alex recently, however, kind of called out in our Discord that he doesn't play tier 1 teams. So I feel a little bad playing these high tier teams, Skaven and
Hey man, play whatever you want. Play what brings you joy. Don't let them egg you into something else. That's my take.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I think you can tell by my play style, I like having some speed, surrounding, making plays on the ball. Even if the plays don't work out, I still prefer to be able to, make those high-level plays where I can outmaneuver and figure out that way through a line just to put a man on the ball carrier. So I got to kind of find maybe a little bit different team. On the tabletop, I've thought about playing Imperial Nobles, so maybe something similar to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I'm going to look around at some other teams and kind of make a choice when the next season starts. Probably not the same Lizardman team because they are built up, and I feel like they're just going to get stronger.
Sure. Like if you made it all the way to the finals with no skills, like with a new team. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, the problem that we have here in this league is that if Drew were to start a tier 2 or tier 3 team, they'd still end up in the Super Bowl. Like
that's a big compliment right there, my friend.
Like,
appreciate it, Alex.
If Drew were to play a tier 2 team, they'd end up in the Super Bowl in the finals because Drew is a fantastic coach.
All right, gentlemen, I want to thank you for sharing your fantastic games with us and your coaching skills, and for allowing me to commentate on it. To everybody else who's watching, to the viewers out there, if you think they should have done something differently or something was really crazy, put it down in the comments. Shoot us a message. If you're looking for a Blood Bowl league to join for a Blood Bowl 2 game, I know that they're going to be starting a new season sooner, or in the future. Let us know, and we can send you an invite to the Discord or figure out or start a whole new one from there. On behalf of everybody in the Ponto Cotton Memorial Blood Bowl League, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.